Dear LEICA friends, you don't need beta blockers for today's topic. It's a prototype, but only for the focusing bellows 1. It was introduced in 1950, a years before the VISUFLEX 1 was released, EI at the time of the PLOOT. This was built from 1935 to 1951 and was compatible with the focusing bellows 1. Nevertheless, it was part of the planned VISUFLEX 1 system. For me, this borderline view is not purely academic. It means that the PLOOT system had to do without a focusing bellows and was therefore much more focused on the long focal length than on the close-ups. Why this pivot? Here I can speculate. Lights saw the arrival of the SLR camera and its dominance at long focal length. Should lights have already suspected back then what we are now very familiar with in the age of the digital mirrorless system cameras, that the mirror impact could become relevant due to camera shake in critical shooting situations? Since the extension is not a disadvantage for close-ups and the flexibility of the mirror function, e.g. in the form of slow panning up or pre-release, was not yet standard in reflex cameras, this would have remained a safe haven for mirror box technology. Anyway, now onto the technology itself. Anyone who knows the focusing bellows 1 knows that it shines with a lot of useful details and in particular is extremely stable. In an ancient issue of the magazine LEICA Photography, a blade camera was even built from it by drilling it out. Still, it's not technically exciting. So, if a prototype appears here, it is definitely not the announcement of a new era, as was the case with the LEICA 4, for example. It is more interesting for the process of building prototypes at the lights company. Every corner of it looks familiar, but nothing exactly matches the serial part in detail. Please compare the pictures. But what you cannot compare, the weight, 975 grams for the standard device, compared to 2,153 grams for the prototype. Everything made from solid. One would like to know what the production of this unique item was in the full cost calculation. In principle, this approach already existed, for example with the chassis design for the M LEICA. But for a low-tech product like a bellows in 1950, this effort is truly remarkable. Now a link to the present. The latest R bellows weighs 443 grams. Remember, the prototype weighed 2.15 kilograms. So, progress can be quantified. Thank you for your attention and goodbye.